Presented by Riverside.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to 3 in the Key, your number one source for basketball knowledge, lifestyle, and everything in between. My name is Grant, and I'm the host that thinks Doc Rivers has some insider information on the league because there's no way he should be coaching.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Kaim, and I'm the host that's very upset with Grant and Jay because I feel like y'all jinxed Joel Embiid. y'all preyed on his downfall, and you won.
I'm Jay, and I did prey on his downfall. And to be honest with you, that didn't ruin the Sixers season, bruh. They were never going in. I hope he gets better soon.
Nah, it's true. Man, we got a fire lineup for us today for you all. First half, we're doing some news around the league. You know, the Bucks just fired their head coach, Adrian Griffin, and now they got Doc in there. And we'll talk a little bit about the All-Star team, some All-Star snubs. Trae Young, I'm looking at you. Halftime, we got something special for you guys. We got a TikTok we found talking about women paying for their lifestyle and dating a broke man. And for the second half, we'll get into a really big NBA topic over the past 9 to 10 years now. It's the Steph versus LeBron rivalry. Who do you guys think won the 2010s? We got a good one. See you, boys. All right, everyone. Let's jump into the first half where we're going to talk a little bit about some news going on around the league. Brothers, one of the big things. Doc Rivers has moved in as a head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. How do you guys feel about that? How do you guys feel about the firing? And what do you think this is going to happen, or how do you think the Bucks going to fare in the future?
Go ahead, Jay, bro. Get this off your chest.
Listen, bro, I don't know how he keeps finessing these coaching jobs. I don't know how he's doing it, bro. He was just on the sideline with Mike Breen and them, and then he got the call. Like, what does he do? Is he working behind the scenes? Does he know some people? Like, he got one chip with the Celtics squad with damn near 4 Hall of Famers. But I just don't understand. He had the Clippers, had all the talent. Had the Celtics, had all the talent. He has one chip to show. If you go down the list of all the players he's ever had, he has one chip to show for it. And we know that today, nobody cares if you made it to the semifinals or conference finals. And I don't even think he made it to the conference finals like that after he left the Celtics.
Yeah. I'm kind of torn. I'm torn on this one. I'm extremely torn because the Bucks were second in the East. The Bucks are second in the East. So the fact that they're firing their coach to me is kind of strange. The fact that Doc Rivers, literally the week before, I'm listening to him call the Lakers game, and now he's in there. But the funniest part of this whole situation was that for the whole season, the Bucks had already hired Doc as a dang consultant to Adrian Griffin. He had already been working with the behind the scenes, so he said he knows somebody. I don't know about the other jobs, but for this job in particular, he's already in the building. He's in the building. He's making calls. He's helping them out. I would be very upset if I was Adrian Griffin, bro. If I'm Adrian Griffin, they're like, yo, we're going to bring in this championship coach. He's going to help, push you towards our goals. Then I get to second in the East. Yeah, the defense, the offense is great. The defense is a little shaky, but bro, we traded Drew for Lillard, so it's gonna happen. And then I get fired. You hire him. I'd be mad if I was the coach, but I mean, bro, Doc Rivers has won a championship. All that other stuff aside, Doc Rivers has won a championship, bro. It's probably only like 25 coaches or 30 or 40 coaches that can say that. So he gets the goddamn job,
bro. He's won a championship, of course, and it was 2007. 2071 championship with that Celtics squad.
Somewhere around there.
The issue with Doc Rivers is his name is synonymous with choking leads. You look at it. You look at it. I watched the Clippers. That's when I first started watching basketball. Doc Rivers was the coach of the Clippers. I was watching Lob City Clippers. Having a great time. They never succeeded in the playoffs with all the talent. Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Way back in the day, Redick, Matt Barnes. They never succeeded.
That was a squad.
Blew 2-3-1 leads or blew a 3-1 lead. And we questioned Doc, and then of course he got the job in Philly.
Yep.
And I'm sure you know Jeremiah. Philly does not like Doc. They couldn't win. They literally with all the talent couldn't win a championship. So
see, that's why, bro. That's why Jay is hating.
No.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I remember because my uncle, he's a diehard Philly fan, and so when they got Doc, he was like, I mean, that's cool. And he said what you said, Kaim. He won a championship, but me and him both knew that wasn't going to translate to a championship, bro. Like Doc's just not like that. I'm sorry. I think we just need to respect the fact that Doc's not like that, and that's okay. He's a slightly above average coach, but at the end of the day, he can't turn around a system like other coaches in the league can. Like I don't think he's going to make major changes to any squad that he's a part of. And if we're looking and we go through the stats, they're 1-3. They're 1-3 since he started with them.
Mm-hmm.
They're 1-3, and like they're second in the East. And I personally think Adrian Griffin, maybe he tried to cut the Nassus. I don't know. Maybe he tried to step to Giannis. That's what they were saying. They're saying he tried to cut the Nassus. They're saying he tried to step to Giannis, and they're like, "Well, you our MVP or our coach? A coach is replaceable."
Yeah, coach is replaceable. Giannis is not. I mean, Giannis is on his LeBron James bully time, bro. Before the season, he's making, and actually, he's doing it even more blatantly than LeBron James ever did it in his career. In the media before the season started, he's like, "I want to be a Buck, but these boys got to be trying to win." Like he's saying this on. It's not like, oh, there's rumors and Woj says behind the scenes. See, LeBron be on that behind the scenes. He'd be like, Chris Haynes has reported LeBron is putting pressure. Nah, Giannis came out and said that joint. They traded for Dame. He signs an extension. They don't like the coach. That's what everything's saying. They don't vibe with the coach, even though they're winning. And maybe, I mean, they just won a championship with Coach Bud. And so to see Coach Bud walk away, maybe Adrian Griffin kind of had a tough go. But yeah, Giannis said, nah, bro, we're not having this. I do think Giannis is pulling the strings of that organization right now.
I just think it's crazy because, like you said, they were second in the East. They weren't losing. They were winning games. They were a championship team. And a first-year coach getting only a third of a season?
First year, bro.
That's why I think shady happened, bro.
Something's happening. Something's happening.
These boys were second. They're still second.
They're second, but they're dropping Doc Rivers.
I mean, bro, Doc Rivers came in the middle of the season. I actually find, bro, hiring and firing a coach in the middle of the season to be one of the dumbest things you can do. Now that I realize how NBA teams practice, like when I was a little kid, I assumed they practiced just like we did in high school. Like we practice every day. God dang that we don't have a game. But these boys are practicing like they don't practice before back-to-backs. They barely practice after back-to-backs. They don't practice on travel days. Sometimes they just have time for a walkthrough or they're just watching film. Bro, a new coach has no time. Like, when are they going to learn the new plays? When are they going to go there, get in the lab, and learn Doc Rivers' playbook from the 2008 Celtics on this squad?
I don't think they learn the plays. I think they run the same types of plays with maybe little variations. I mean, offensive coach probably takes control of that for a while.
That's a good point. Keep some assistants on.
I think it's knowing personnel. It's knowing rotations, knowing personnel. Like, okay, Doc has never coached Dame Lillard before. Doc has never coached Giannis before. He doesn't know Giannis's exact strengths, exact weaknesses, going to the left, going to the right. And he probably knows by playing them, but not watching him every day. So there's a big transition period. And, they're 1-3, and there probably won't be they won't have that winning percentage for that long with Doc. I think the Bucks are just that good of a team.
Bucks are good.
But I'm gonna say something that might be outlandish. Are the Bucks a championship team?
I will say yes because of their two best players, and honestly, all due respect to Doc, but he has not like once they get to the playoffs, I do believe Damian Lillard and Giannis and Chris Middleton are going to turn it on. I think they're just going to turn it on because that's the type of guys they are. As long as they're healthy, they're going to turn it
Yeah.
on in the playoffs, and I think they're a championship team. They're second
Yeah.
for a reason.
They're second for a reason, and the East is always up in the air until Boston decides, until Jason Tatum really gets to that playoff dominant level. Bruh, the East can be won. The East can be won, bro, and the Bucks are the second, most qualified team to do it. I hesitate because based on talent, the Celtics should really be in a one-man race right now. Like, the Celtics should really be dominating the East so much that we just automatically assume they're going to be in the finals, like when LeBron was in the East. It should be like, they're going. But in the playoffs, bro, they shoot so many threes, bro. They're so young. Anything could happen. And I'll tell you what, Giannis Antetokounmpo will be right there. If those boys go cold for 2 to 3 games at the wrong time, Giannis Antetokounmpo will be right there. And you don't want to see Damian Lillard in the clutch in the playoffs either.
Yeah,
That man has series-ending buzzer beaters. Like, yo, this buzzer beater actually ended your season. That would make me so mad, bro. That's ruthless. That's ruthless.
Yeah.
Bro, nobody mentioned Doc blowing the 3-1 leads.
no,
I know that man. Doc leads the league. Doc is a Hall of Famer at blowing 3-1 leads.
He leads the league in blowing leads.
The funniest thing about it is, before LeBron came back 3-1, no team had ever done it. Then Doc was like, "Hold my beer, I'm gonna start doing it every time." Yo, if you're down 3-1 against a Doc Rivers team, you're not scared, bro.
You're in it. You're like, yo, I'm in the fight.
0-0.
That boys are good. Speaking of Doc, I mean, he did say he was gonna. Doc was named Eastern All-Star coach, which is
yeah. That's not his fault, but that's just how it works.
It's not his fault, but that's even more ridiculous than him being named. This man has coached 4 games. They said, "Yo, like he has the experience. Let him coach to eat." What? There's so many other coaches. I just feel like there's other coaches deserving. Like what
but that's not how it works, bro. It's not chosen by stuff a popularity contest. It's by the standings. And the same coach can't do it 2 years in a row.
But it makes no sense that Adrian Griffin got fired and he was going to be the Eastern All-Star coach. What are we doing here?
That's what I'm saying. Those aren't Doc. Like that's not Doc's record. It'd be really funny if they're like, "All right, Adrian Griffin, you're fired, but you can still coach the Eastern All Stars."
I thought that might happen for a moment. I actually, especially when Doc Rivers was like, "Yo, I'm gonna give Adrian Griffin the money. I'm gonna give him the ring." I was like, "Bro, what if Adrian Griffin pulls up, bro, and just like plays Giannis 48 minutes in the All-Star game, bro? Like, yo, you trying to fire me, dog? I'm about to work you hard."
Bro, pull up the clipboard. It starts pointing people around. That's crazy.
Like, yo,
let's get into this All-Star stuff, though.
Yeah.
Let's jump into the All-Star. Some big All-Star snubs. I know you guys mentioned before Trae Young. What are some other All-Star snubs you got, and why? Why do you think Trae Young's an All-Star snub?
Trigger Trae, man. Bro, Trae Young is a legitimate, like... Trae Young should be an All-Star every year. Like, this is weird. Trae Young is darn near... Like, he's in the same tier as Jalen Brunson. And I think you could argue that, like, he's better than Jalen Brunson. So the fact that he doesn't make it on a kind of consistent basis, I think it goes back to the fact that he's a straight coach killer, bro. Like, you got to understand, if he doesn't get in off the starters, then the coaches vote. And at this point, he has at least 2 coaches on his resume, and this is like his 5th season. His coaches 3 coaches on his resume, 2 coaches fired, I mean, and it kind of comes out public, oh, Trae didn't like the guy, XYZ. I think they're holding a grudge, bro. I don't think there's no objective measure that says Trae Young should not be in the All-Star game. That's wild.
Uh,
My thing. Oh, go ahead, G.
no, I was just gonna say. I saw you guys agreeing that Trae Young was on the same caliber of Brunson, and that's not an egregious take. Uh, Trae Young's. I don't think Trae Young should be an All Star every year. I mean, you cannot be in the 10th seed, in the 11th seed, fighting to be a playing team, and be considered an All Star. Let's be honest.
Stop the
This game is
cap.
about winning.
Yeah,
This
stop
game
the
is about winning.
That's
Yeah,
cap,
but
bro. Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. Their teams are struggling.
It's Stephen Curry just dropped 60. Stephen Curry's
They're 12.
Yeah. It's Trae. That's so cap, bro. Them boys just didn't want him in
but
there.
you have to understand, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant are all-time players.
Yeah, they're
First ballot
legends.
Hall of Fame, all-time players, won
They're
championship.
legends.
Trae Young is dang near stat padding on a sorry team. So,
I do agree with you that if you take out absolute legends, there's not many All-Stars from losing teams.
I
Yeah,
actually
Bron
I
starting.
don't think there's any, bro.
Yeah.
I don't
Y'all
think
think
there's
Bronson
any
start?
losing teams.
y'all think
You
Bron
said
should
who?
start?
I mean,
LeBron
that's
James.
the fan. I mean, that's the fans, bro. Like, I don't think he's one of the best 5 players this year, but it's the fan vote, bro. What are you gonna do? Not start him? Like, yo, he was the leading vote getter, dog, in the league. What
man.
can you do?
I mean, I do think Trae could have snuck in over Jaylen Brown. Like, I'll respect Jaylen Brown, but I also think because the Celtics are the number 1 seed, they had to have 2 players in there. That's just how.
Yeah,
it
I
works.
think they forced it.
You're a top seeded team. It's like, damn, you must have 2 players that are like that.
Yeah,
Like the Clippers got 2,
Clippers got 2.
the Timberwolves got 2.
They gave the Timberwolves 2, and I think that was purely off seeding.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Which I can't even be mad at. They said they were almost thinking about putting Rudy Gobert in there.
yeah. But if you look at the list of snubs, some of them are ridiculous, and I don't think Trae Young belongs on this list. Because, like, here's the thing: we didn't even talk about De'Aaron Fox. We didn't talk about Sabonis, and those
Jamal
boys
Murray.
Those
they didn't. They're not respecting those boys, bro. It's just the league is so competitive. There's like it's so a lot of players are so good. A lot of teams are so good, and at the end of the day, you gotta either be a legend or you gotta be a new like MVP front runner, or you're gonna be on a top 2 seeded team.
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now. That's what's happening because James Harden didn't make it, and they were saying, James Harden is a big reason why the Clippers are turned around, and the Clippers straight look championship right now.
Yeah.
The Clippers are outstanding. So I think in the West they pretty much got it right. I respect Sabonis a lot. It's just the West is tough.
Mm-hmm.
The West is tough because the fact that De'Aaron Fox and Jamal Murray can't get in, it's kind of like shrug, bro. But in the East, in the East, I feel like I'll take Trae over Paolo. I'll take Trae over Jaylen Brown. I'll take Trae over Randall. I'll take Trae over Adebayo this year. I'll put him over at least 3 to 4 players, and I feel like with a snub, normally it's not like that. Normally with a snub, you're like, maybe. But these other guys, but Julius Randle is the number 2 option on this squad.
Yeah,
I mean,
and Trae can't make it.
listen, bro.
The Knicks were 14-3.
They're having a great run.
In January, so the Knicks were the best
So I
team in
guess,
the league.
bro, we care about winning now. We care about winning now.
I guess that's a new criteria.
We always cared about winning.
Nah, bro, we didn't always care about.
Nah, not for
Yeah,
All Stars, bro.
We cared about
The
legends,
best players
we cared
go.
about legends, and who put up the best numbers.
Yeah, who's the most entertaining, bro? Who's putting up numbers?
I'm trying to think. The only other time. Go ahead, Grant.
Oh no, I was just gonna say the one thing that we have to consider is also expectations. So when we see like we didn't expect Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to be an MVP candidate.
True.
He's exceeding expectations. The Kings, we had high expectations for them from last year.
True.
They're underperforming. Trae Young, I mean, you guys said 8, 7 in the East.
Yeah.
Them boys are fighting. They're fighting this playing team. So they're underperforming. So I think when you underperform and overperform, it also kind of feeds into that.
That's a good point.
That's
a good point. even if objectively y'all are close, it's like, okay, but we expected you to be here, we expected them to be here, so we give them some points for that.
You
I
hold
see a
people
little
to
bit
a
of
high
that.
standard.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but yeah, that'll close out the first half. Let's get into halftime.
Welcome back to halftime. Here we are again, and I got a doozy for this one. I love to scroll on TikTok. I will admit, so I'm on TikTok. This video pops up, guys, and it's of this woman explaining her relationship with her boyfriend, and in a big red box it says, "I'm dating a broke guy."
I'm dating
And
a bro.
I just personally feel like that was part one of the disrespect. But in the video, she essentially goes on to say how her boyfriend doesn't have enough money to like support both of them, and she feels like she's supporting two people, and she doesn't like that. But she also says he has like the best personality ever. He's just broke. He just has no means. And so, what I will say to you guys is, do you think that as a man, being
Whew.
broke is a deal breaker in today's society?
Being broke is a what?
Is a deal breaker in a relationship? I will also say that. Actually, go ahead. We'll start there. We'll start there.
You want to start or?
You start, bro. You can start this joint.
Um, it really depends on your mindset. I feel like women and men especially, being broke is a deal breaker. Um, maybe I think we focus more on women, but let's be honest. On both sides, there are deal breakers. Everyone has deal breakers,
Yeah,
and that might be one of them.
yeah.
It and I know we always talk about how if he has maybe if he has like the mindset or like he has a plan, like that's good too to have the plan. Um, but let's be honest. If I'm a believer of if you're not financially able to date or financially able like ready to date, you probably should take that time to work on yourself, get your money up. Girls are expensive. Girls are expensive. Let's not
Yeah.
front.
The price
But
is up.
if you're not ready to date, you should take that time, get your money up, whatever that looks like to you, getting your money up, and try again when you feel like you have your money up.
Try again. Bro, you said, is it a deal breaker? And the craziest part is, I actually agree with Grant. I think, like, myself as a man, what I'll tell my friends, my brother, like, get your bread, bro. Get your bread first so you can actually take care of your family, dog. Like, her money should really be a plus. I actually have come over, bro, the TikTok videos, bro, the internet being so polarized, they got me a little bit, bro. I do feel like a man should take care of their woman, bro. Like, that should just, you should be able to take care of your woman, let me say. Now, whatever situation y'all work it out. And if y'all both work, that's cool. But in my perfect world, I'm taking care of my family. And bro, praise God, if my girl's making bread too, then we're up. Or if we're working together and doing stuff, that's what we want. But like, I agree with Grant. But in terms of how we set the last episode, the numbers game, I'm seeing a lot of broke boys with girls on their arms, bro. I'm seeing broke boys that's more content. Like, bro, I'm out here like, nah, I need to get my bread up to this point. But it's a lot of it's a lot of T-Mobile managers, bro, out here happy, bro, happy with getting more girls than me, out competing me, bro. So I don't know if it's a deal breaker or not.
Yeah, it's just interesting that you say that, Kaim, because I also feel like I don't know if it's that the broke men have nothing else to work on. So like maybe they're just like maybe their personality is really like that. I don't know. Maybe they're good at sex, whatever the case may be, because they don't have a 9 to 5. They don't have the means, whatever. But like I just feel like the craziest thing is she came on the internet, and I would hope, in my mind, I'm like, I would hope she addressed this beforehand with him before she just decided to air out their business. This video has like 1 million views.
Has a
This
million views.
has like 1 million views. And can you imagine just like waking up the next morning and say, "Hey, yo, bro, ain't this your girl?" You're looking at the video, and the first thing you see is, "I've dated a broke boy."
Bro, big. And that's your girl. That's like, bro, that's a bigger deal breaker than being broke. Being broke is already bad.
Yeah.
But bro, if my girl, like, bro, if y'all, if I go online, wake up in the morning, look at my phone, and this is what I see, I think the relationship has to end there. Because it's actually too embarrassing. The pressure is too much. I'm sweet. I'm not gonna deal with all this internet pressure, bro. I'm not doing that. Everybody we know now knows I'm broke. No.
I just want to know what.
I mean, you're right. Getting like, I think the fact that now everyone knows your business, you're getting cooked on the internet. Like, that's crazier than you being broke. Because, I mean, broke is, again, what I hate about the word broke is that's subjective. It's what
That's
you
true.
think is broke.
Yeah.
So maybe like you see the T-Mobile managers with shorties. It's because those shorties maybe don't think that's broke. Maybe
That's
they
true.
think that's up. So
That's true.
it's a very subjective term. I think social media pushes a lot of like women who are like, I want my man to make this, and it's not an astronomical number, but it is a number that's probably higher than the normal average man at that age makes.
6 feet, 6 figures, 6 inches.
Yeah.
Girls be saying like 100,000.
Yeah.
100,000, I don't think is crazy.
Yeah.
For a 27, 28-year-old,
But like,
27, 28, 29-year-old. But when they talk about, when this goes 22, talking about, I want 150, I want 200,000, it's like, okay, bro. Like, you got to work up to that. That's
we start to think, my bad, bro. We start to think that, like, when we hear those loud voices on social media, we think that's the average person. But realistically, like you said, bro, there's people that if their lifestyle isn't like that, then their lifestyle isn't like that, bro. Like, there's people that's not in it for the money. I think that we always talk about, like, who's in your league. Like, oh, she's not in your league. He's not in your league. I don't think about league in terms of looks, bro. Like, I don't feel like there's a girl out of my league because she looks so good. But I do think you have to shoot within your financial, just like you have to, bro, go on vacation within your financial means, just like you have to drive a car within your financial means. You have to shoot within your financial means, bro. So if the last dude she was with was Gilbert Arenas, then dang near, bro.
No chill, Gil.
Yeah, that point, no chill, Gil. It might be kind of hard for you.
I'm just beefing with social media because you see the best in everyone. You see everyone on social media flexing, and everyone wants to flex, but not everyone can flex. One thing my pops always told me, there are always going to be garbage men. There's always going to be ditch diggers. Not everyone could be flexing.
Dang, a ditch digger.
There's always going to be ditch diggers. So you can't, like, the whole population can't flex.
That's
that
true.
goes for men and women too.
And they deserve a girl too, bro.
Yeah.
They deserve a girl too.
Not every woman's going to find a guy that's paying for everything, making $300,000 a year, $500,000 a year. And that's just how it is.
And that's cool.
That's how it is, bro. But we're trying to compete with these social media heads, the Forex guys, bro.
You actually just gotta get out of your head about
scammers,
that,
bro.
Whenever I see girls on social media and they're like, "Oh, I need this guy that makes 200K, blah blah blah," and then in my head I'm like, "I'm broke." Then, according to you, I'm broke. I work at a corporate company. I guess I'm broke. You win.
Do girls know what it takes to like get there? Like,
bro,
I think the ones that are saying these outlandish things, they obviously don't. And to be honest with you, I respect them because those outlandish things get the views.
He gets the views. Like, I mean, this girl, bro, this TikTok, man, let me take a look at this. Shout out Baby Ghost 115. Let's see. Let's see. 317,000 likes, 27,000 comments, 28,000 people have saved it, 11,000 people have shared it. This is crazy. Like, what? She's viral. And so I guess the clout was worth it. The clout was worth it for her. But if my girl ever chooses clout over respecting me, that's not a good sign, dog.
It has to be over. No, it does have to be over.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
has.
that's not a good sign.
Yeah, I agree.
So would y'all be stay-at-home dads?
I mean, if my shorty's breaded, if my shorty, if so, we have to. Okay, here's the thing. You know, people make that sacrifice in a relationship. People make that sacrifice usually for someone's job.
Yeah.
If we break it down, and my girl has a clearer path to making more money than me than I do, what can I say? Why would we sacrifice on that? If she has a clearer path, there's other things I can do. I don't have to just be a stay-at-home dad. It's the other stuff you can do, the investing, the real estate, the side hustle. You don't have to just be a stay-at-home dad. That's bare minimum. It's how else, because I feel like as a man, you still do have to make some money. Even if you're a stay-at-home dad, what are the other streams of
you gotta cut grass, dog.
Yeah.
Grant, I thought you were gonna before you start going to the business ventures, I thought you were gonna say, you can do other things. The cooking, the cleaning.
Oh, that's guaranteed.
Making the kids lunches.
Oh, bro, you gotta take care of that.
Plus, and that's just being.
So you're saying that's not enough as a man? You're saying if you do the cooking, the cleaning, you take care of the kids, that's not enough?
Probably not. Yeah. But at a certain point, what I'm worried about, and this might be in my own head, man, and maybe y'all get into my insecurities, but what I'm worried about is losing my girl's respect at that point. Because so what I say, it reminds me of, bro, Jay, what we always say, goddamn, prime LeBron, if you play against him in the playoffs, what do you need to beat him, bro? You need a way better team. You need a substantially better team. For me to be a stay-at-home dad, my wife's job and her income producing ability has to be significantly higher than mine, bro.
She's an executive.
Yeah, she's up there. And when she's up there, you kind of, okay. And then I just feel like I would have to go hard towards my goals. But I wouldn't be opposed to it because I've only been working corporate for like 7 months now. And I have discovered very quickly that having a stay-at-home parent probably makes the most sense when kids get involved, especially. Because trying to take care of the household and trying to do your job, that's everything. Like at that point, brother, that's all you have to give. If you have somebody else taking care of the food and the laundry and the goddamn cleaning, whew, your quality of life goes up. So if she's making a lot of bread, I'll swallow my pride. I just gotta figure out something. Maybe I'll be in the gym 3 times a day, bro. Maybe I'll turn into goddamn the Incredible Hulk or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'd do if that happened. What about you, Jay?
What about me?
Yeah.
Listen, be a stay-at-home dad.
Oh, I don't think you'll understand. I used to always say, I wouldn't mind being a stay-at-home dad. I gotta be honest with you. At the end of the day, for me, if my girl is okay with it, I literally don't care what anybody else says. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care because I've seen generations of people in my family like working. I've seen the men work till they're in their 70s, till in their 80s. I don't want to do that.
So you're like, forget what social media says, bro. I'm not working until I'm 75.
I see what's in real life. They're like, yo, that episode of SpongeBob, Squidward was like, yo, we do this for 40 years and then we die. I'm not trying to do that.
That's true. That's true.
So if I can stay at home, I can take care of things. I will. I mean, I'm obviously going to find some hobbies and stuff because I don't like staying in the house all day. Like, I wouldn't be one of those. But, like, if I don't got to work as hard, I won't. I'll probably still have some type of job. I do think that. But I'm, like, I don't need to work a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Well, that brings us to halftime. Get ready for our second half. We got some great stuff. Back to the league.
Welcome back to the second half of this 3 in the Key episode, and we have a big question. We have a big question for you guys. 2 legends in the game, Stephen Curry and LeBron James. Stephen Curry and LeBron James, man, the quick rundown, they've been going back and forth with each other since like 2015. And I want to know who's got the better of this. So the quick rundown, I mean, obviously LeBron started his career started getting accolades a long time before Steph showed up. But they both have 4 rings. LeBron has 4 MVPs. Steph has 2. Steph has a Finals MVP. LeBron has 4. But since they started playing one another, LeBron has 2 Finals MVPs. Steph has 1. The super quick, they played each other in the finals in 2015, 2016, 2017, and 2018. And Steph took those 3-1. Then in 2019, the Warriors went to the finals. In 2020, LeBron won in the bubble. 2021, the Lakers beat the Warriors in the play-in tournament. In 2022, Steph got back to the mountaintop, won a championship. And then last year, we saw the Lakers beat the Warriors in the second round of the playoffs. Neither of them could finish the job. And here we are, still watching them put up 50 in double overtime games of this season. So, man, 2 incredible careers. But who do y'all think has won this rivalry, Steph versus LeBron James?
I'll start. Let's be honest. Steph has won the rivalry. Steph's won the rivalry. LeBron has had a better career. There's no doubt about that. LeBron's had a better career, more accolades, more points, more everything. But in terms of from 2015 to now, Steph has won. Steph has won. More championships, more wins head to head. And Steph has, in that time, cemented himself as the greatest shooter of all time. Don't get me wrong, LeBron's putting up the numbers. He has the accolades. He gets to the finals. But if we're talking about straight up head to head Stephen Curry versus LeBron, during those 10 years of these 8 years, Steph has won.
Sheesh.
That's a take. Listen, here's my thing. I will say that when we look back in history, you know, when the new kids that are getting into basketball and stuff are looking at the stats, they're also going to say Steph won. But to us who are here watching it happen, all right, Steph beat LeBron in the finals when Kyrie and Kevin Love were injured, and he took them to 6 games.
He took them to 6 with Matthew Dellavedova.
With Matthew Dellavedova, who's not a household name, will probably never be a household name, but to those of us that were there, we'll remember. Okay, next year, 73-9, allegedly the best squad. People are saying, "Oh, is this the best squad ever?" Ron comes back from 3-1, beats them. Healthy squad, beats them straight up.
Straight up.
Who beats them? All right, 17-18. The Warriors probably assemble the greatest team we'll ever see. That's probably the greatest basketball team we'll ever see because they got Kevin Durant for 17 and 18, and Kevin Durant he's an MVP caliber player, a Hall of Fame type of player, and they added that to Steph, Clay, and Draymond. 17-18, LeBron, he couldn't. It was hard. It was hard, bro. It was hard. And then 19, when Steph lost, it was because his teammates were injured, and people were like, "Oh, like it doesn't really count." But when LeBron's teammates were injured, nobody spoke about that. Yeah. Nobody spoke about that. So I think LeBron has won the rivalry. I mean, we can go by the numbers, whatever. We can go by the win-loss column. But when I think about the games that really mattered, LeBron won those games.
What? Yeah. LeBron, what?
Bro, Grant, I'm not
the game that really mattered, but he lost 3-1.
I'm not counting the Kevin Durant years because everybody's delusional about the Kevin Durant years. The people are like, "Oh, Michael Jordan would have got at least 2 games against that team."
Yeah, what are you talking about, dog?
I mean, if Magic Johnson and Larry Bird teamed up, Michael Jordan wouldn't have gotten swept by. Like, shut up! What are we talking about?
You don't count the Kevin Durant years. It's still 1-1. It's still 1-1, and Steph has more head-to-head wins.
Actually, you don't count the Kevin Durant years. I think it's actually still 2-1. Steph's up. Steph's up this decade, bro. Steph's up. But okay, when we say who won the rivalry, Steph won more championships, bro. And it's kind of like Steph has won in the past 10 years. Steph has 4 of them joints, bro. Steph has 4. LeBron has 2. That's kind of the overarching thing. But I have to agree with Jay. We witnessed the most, one of the most ruthless, one of the most divisive, one of the softest moves in NBA history. When I saw a guy dang Kevin the Serpent Durant leave the Oklahoma City Thunder, who were up 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals, on the Warriors. All right, the Warriors hawk them down because the Warriors were good that year. They were 7-9. Then the Warriors go 3-1 against the Cavs, lose to LeBron. Draymond gets suspended in Game 5. But what that is, bro, that's not good. Like, in 2016, the MVP was Steph. In 2015, the MVP was Steph. In 2014, the MVP was KD. And then 13-12, LeBron had won that. 11, Derrick Rose, and LeBron had a couple more before that. So I've never seen a team with the two most recent MVPs on one squad, bro. You have the two most current MVPs. Like, imagine, it would be weird play style, don't get me wrong, but just imagine how mind-blowing and shocking it would be if Jokic and Embiid played on the same team. It would be like, what are we doing? you can't win that. And I think it's very, very interesting when we're talking about the rivalry that Steph has 4 championships in the decade. LeBron has 1. And somehow, LeBron has 2. I'm tripping. 16 and 20. Yeah. And somehow LeBron has more finals MVPs than Steph Curry. I think that kind of shows you. I love Steph, and Steph is a legend, but what LeBron has done has been hard. And what Steph has done has been not as hard. And I think that's why we get there.
Steph is the only unanimous MVP. He went 73-9. How are you going to be the greatest team ever without KD? This is before KD.
That's true.
73-9, considered the greatest team ever in LeBron's era. If it was before LeBron, it was after LeBron.
Yeah.
Okay. But during LeBron's tenure in the league, they were the greatest team ever. Steph was unanimous MVP. But also, I bring it back to expectations. We expect LeBron to do great. We expect LeBron to win. When he doesn't win, we cook him.
Yeah.
There's not the same expectations that when it comes to Steph. And it might just because Steph is not physically imposing.
That's true.
Steph got it out the mud. He was injured his first few years. So it's those expectations that change everything. And honestly, the NBA is run on expectations. So we expect LeBron to be great, and when he's not, we don't consider him great.
I love what you're saying, G. Steph was the one and only unanimous MVP, right? One and only.
Yeah.
The greatest regular season record of all time, right? And somehow, some way, LeBron James still beat that team and won Finals MVP. So what does that tell you?
He took him 7,
also
bro.
Talk about how Draymond was suspended.
Bro, we still had to get 3 more. We had to get 3 more, bro. Yeah.
Draymond was suspended 1 game compared to Kyrie and Kevin Love were out the whole series essentially. Like what? You know what I'm saying? They still had their unanimous MVP. They still had their unanimous MVP, man.
And then I like how just the memories. Draymond got suspended Game 5. Bron and Kyrie dropped 41. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Then they're saying, "Oh, bro, that's that Draymond shit." When Draymond comes back, it'll be different. Draymond comes back. LeBron drops another 41 on him in Game 6, bro. That was my favorite moment. I think, bro, this is not really fair. I will say this website is not fair because this is taking up people's whole careers. But the one point I did want to say, I do kind of agree with you, Grant. The one thing that I think hurts LeBron a little bit, not the one thing, but one thing I think hurts LeBron a little bit in this argument and realistically in the GOAT argument is that on LeBron's watch, this man Steph got 4 of them. Like on LeBron's watch, there was another legend that has as many as him. Versus like a player like Michael Jordan in his era, nobody's getting 6, bro. Nobody's getting 6. Even Kareem has 5, but that was kind of before. He got his first in the 70s. Mm-hmm. So the fact that somebody was able to tie LeBron in championships in his era, it does stink for me as a LeBron fan and for LeBron in terms of basketball history. But I just think that Kevin Durant move changed so much. And I feel bad for Steph because I love Steph as a player, but that Kevin Durant move, that changed NBA history, bro. That Kevin Durant move, I think officially broke LeBron's GOAT case, bro. I think that's why I'm so mad, realistically. I think that broke his case.
But y'all want to know
ruined the league for 2 years, bro.
What were you saying, Jay?
That ruined the league for 2 years. Kevin Durant went to the Warriors, I didn't think any team could touch them.
No.
There's no team.
But also,
like, remember when we touched down in college, bro? We were like, damn, the Warriors are going to win the championship for our whole college experience.
I touched back on expectations because not one person slanders Steph Curry for Kevin Durant joining him. No one talks about that. No one talks about it. They're like, oh, it's KD's fault. Oh, LeBron couldn't win.
Exactly. It's either KD's fault or LeBron's. It's never
Steph.
Steph.
Oh, it's Steph.
MVP.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's because it's his team, but I'm just saying, bro, like, okay, we're saying stuff on the rivalry, and he did because this is not a make-believe world. But imagine if KD had gone to the Cavs. Like, then LeBron would get him. Like, it doesn't matter because KD is that good. KD is that good, bro. And I think when you win a championship and you're arguably not the best player on your team, that's why, in my opinion, this is tough, but that's why I always put a lot of players above Kobe on my list, bro. Like, Kobe is like top 12 to me, but it's like, bro, how can we say Kobe is like Mike or Bron when Kobe wasn't the best player on some of his championship teams? That's kind of crazy to me. And I kind of, Steph's like that with me. But the one thing I do respect Steph for, he's not as difficult on a coach and organization as LeBron, bro. LeBron be goddamn leaving the organization, being passive aggressive, doing all sorts of stuff. Steph, he's rocking with Golden State. He's rocking with them. So this is an interesting one, bro. We got to see two major players, bro. Two major players. I'm scared. Now that KD and Steph and LeBron are all struggling to make the playoffs, I'm scared for myself as a basketball fan like 3 years from now because I think we were spoiled, bro. I don't know if there's LeBron, Steph, and KD in the next generation.
Listen, I just think, hey, the league's blessed. They should be glad that LeBron left the East because, yeah, we talk about Steph getting 4 on LeBron's watch, but nobody on the East has like nobody.
No, the East was cooked.
You see all these teams making the Eastern, like the finals from the East, and you're like, they're not going to win. They don't got LeBron. You compare them to LeBron's team, they're like, they're pretty good, but do they have LeBron? No.
They actually have more talent probably, but they don't have LeBron.
They don't have LeBron, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, it was that 2015 one, bro, when they went 6 games with Matthew Dellavedova. I feel like that's really the most impressive series. Because they didn't belong on the court with that squad. Without Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving, the Warriors were significantly better. That's crazy. Great conversation, though. Steph versus LeBron, man. Y'all let us know down in the chat. And we'll finish up shortly. We appreciate y'all staying with us for the full episode, man. If you made it this far, you're very special to us. Make sure, again, like the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, man. Follow our show on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music. We appreciate it.
I'm going to take time.
See y'all next time.